All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Mental Theater News Live. And we almost have all the members together. What up, Big Mike? What up, Clodiz? How you guys doing?
Pretty good. What's up, Clodiz?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
All right, cool.
I mean, we don't expect you to have the KG type of issues, so you're a veteran at this by now.
Yeah, I'm not like KG.
Or as Ariella calls him, Teddy Riley. But yeah,
I seen you doing your Zoom for this morning, huh, Chloe? That's what's up.
Listen, shout out to Josh
Hannah.
for putting in Hannah. Yes, definitely Hannah. It was a one-on-one situation, so it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, Hannah's one of the people I interviewed in Stockholm, so definitely have to shout out Hannah for sure. But yeah, guys, what you guys think about the trilogy of
Back you can go first, Chloe.
Future?
It was cool. I liked it. Did I like it as much as the first two? No, but it was good. It was a good movie. Like, I don't think I would have liked it if I saw it in the theaters. Because I'm not really a Western type of person. Yeah. But it was good. Like, I appreciated the how they ended it. It was kind of cool. I liked how they ended the whole series. So it was nice.
Big
I like
Mike?
how they tied everything together. Even that in part two they talked about his accident he had when he was a kid, and they showed at the end of this one. It's amazing filmmaking by Steven Spielberg to me, how they tied all three movies together constantly, stuff like that. So that was really good.
Absolutely. I think the biggest gripe with all fantasy genre fans when there's time travel is continuity, and Steven Spielberg seemed to get the continuity down right. So absolutely, I definitely appreciate that as well.
Yeah, and then it's dope that they use the same actors, just having them in different roles in all the movies too. So, I thought that was pretty good too. So it was a fun series to watch. I'll say that. So.
It's true, and I guess that's where Marvel and DC got their heading from in terms of the continuity. So hopefully the DCEU will learn from that, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I had a pleasure watching it with Clodiz and you and Tony when you could, and I think Indiana Jones will have some fun as well, because those are classic Spielberg films, and in his prime. So
wasn't Lucas involved in those two Indiana Jones films?
Absolutely, with the special effects. So, and also, did you guys hear that both Spielberg and Lucas will be working together in the new Star Wars going forward? So the new Bob is really trying to get fans back on the side of Star Wars, and I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that what they call him now, the new Bob? That's hilarious.
I just forget his last name. So sorry, new Bob. I forget your last name.
That's pretty good, the new Bob.
But he's doing new things. So
yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be a Snyder cut version of The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker, which would be interesting.
Very interesting. So that's good. I would love to see Spielberg and Lucas back together as a team again. So that'd be dope.
Absolutely. They did some amazing things. And unfortunately, as I'm sure we all have heard, the Tenet date has been pushed back. It was supposed to be July 31st, and now it is August 12th. So, Big Mike, as a professional movie goer, how do you feel about this news?
So the first big movie that was supposed to come out, well, first it was Tenet, and then Tenet got pushed, and then it was going to be Mulan, and now it's reversed again. So now it's Tenet again being the first big movie, and then Mulan later on in July. So I'm not happy about it, because I'm looking forward to it so much. I just don't. I mean, I guess they're trying to get all the money that they can, but I just don't know when they feel like that's going to be, a good time with movie theaters, especially with the recent spikes and stuff like that when people try to open. So I don't really know, with movies, and it's not even about them opening, it's about people feeling comfortable going. Like I said about Mulan, will people feel comfortable taking their kids to see a Disney movie? You know what I'm saying? So that's another aspect. I don't know. But Tenet, the anticipation is killing me. I really want to see this movie. So, I told you and I want to do like a nice review for it too. So.
Oh, we definitely will be doing that, similar to the Joker. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun there. So again, I'm all in with Tenet. So it's just a matter of when, right? And it's like, they say jump and I'll say how high, because that's how bad I want to see this film.
Yeah, they can't afford another push though. After that, then they're getting into like other movies that are already scheduled for September, October. So, we'll see what happens, I guess. So.
I mean, Chloe, what was your question about to be?
I said, are you guys gonna go see it in the theater?
Well, yeah, that's only gonna be released.
Yeah. Are we sure that's the only one?
Legally, yes.
No, I meant like an outside theater. I would go see it in like a drive-in or something.
I mean, yeah, that would be spectacular. I just don't know if you can do that with new IPs, only because the let's say the intellectual property would be up for grabs in a very easy way than it would be in the theater. I mean, it'll be so easy to get that, if I'm being completely honest.
So yeah, I'm all in though, either way. So Nolan is my guy. So
yes, the Nolan verse. Oh, and Big Mike, as I'm sure you've heard, Claudiz and I talked about this last Mental Theater episode, that apparently it is in the Inception verse, allegedly. And it could be a prequel or a sequel to Inception. So I'm very excited about that connection.
Well, that's the other thing. Inception was supposed to come out like 2 weeks before Tenet. So, in the theaters to re-release it for the 10-year anniversary. So exactly. I wonder, is that going to still come out? Because I'll go see that in the theaters. I will before Tenet, actually. So.
Oh, yeah. That would be amazing. And yeah, I guess it depends on the stats and how everyone else is feeling at that time to see if it is plausible to go see it in theater. So we shall see.
Yeah, so just my movie theater with my unlimited pass, they gave me a free month when they open up, so I don't have to pay for that unlimited pass for the month. So essentially, I go for free for a month. To see several movies or whatever. So.
And who is the manager there, Mike?
Mark. Mark's my guy.
Shout out to Mark, for real. Shout out to Mark, and make sure you give him all of your recommendations, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So that's what I do. What's up next?
But yes, up next is the DCEU projects, specifically on HBO Max and also in the theaters. So I guess this is a very exciting time because I'm not sure if you heard, Miguel, but apparently Henry Cavill has committed long-term to the Superman role, which is amazing news. So essentially, he's going to be the RDJ version of Superman, right? Or like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. So he's going to be in the DCEU for at least a decade, I would imagine.
So he'll be doing his own movies plus cameos and stuff like that. You're saying?
Absolutely.
I think that's wonderful news. Everybody likes him as a Superman. He's probably the favorite one for everybody. And it was funny. I watched Aquaman the other night, for the first time.
How did you
in a long time? Yeah, I did. As a rewatch, it's really a good movie. It's underrated. I think. Did you see Aquaman, Chloe?
I love Aquaman. Of course, I saw Aquaman.
Chloe? Okay.
I think she saw for the lead in that movie.
But yeah, it's really, really good. I'm like, the DCEU can do good films. So I feel like keeping Henry Cavill will definitely, help them out as well.
And absolutely. And Big Mike, I wanted to pick your brain with this, and Claude, definitely chip in. But I feel like this is a major deal for the DCEU, which has taken a lot of lumps recently. Because if you can get someone like Cavill to sign long term, and we all know he's doing The Witcher, right, which is a gritty type of film, and we all know that Marvel doesn't allow any of their major actors to do anything else of prominence outside of the MCU. So it's kind of like the only big type of content you're going to have is in this universe. Like everything outside of us, you're not doing anything, right? So I'm looking at RDJ. He couldn't do Sherlock Holmes, which was great films with Guy Ritchie, right? And who was also in Marvel?
Thunder?
No. His Jude Law. Sorry. So Jude Law was in there as well. And then with Chris Evans, he wouldn't be able to make a Knives Out while under the Disney contract. So as soon as the Disney contract ends, these actors are itching to get out of it, which is interesting. So I feel like going forward, I think DC might be able to attract, let's say, high caliber talent, knowing that they'll still be able to do their gritty content outside of the DCEU, which I think is a great long-term play.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know, I think that's a way to attract talent by letting them know you can still do other things and still make other projects and stuff like that. And it's not like, you know, pigeonholing you to one role and stuff like that, because that makes them want to leave, like you said, with Evans and RDJ and stuff like that. So they get tired of the same role over and over again.
Absolutely. And Chloé, I'm sure you know, in terms of workplace environment, you don't want to be micromanaged. This is not the way to go.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
No micromanagement, especially if you're an actor. Like,
right?
I feel like, especially if you're a free agent, or not a free agent, but you're a person and you're your own brand, you want to do other projects, they present themselves. But I mean, I think it's a good opportunity to keep consistency, because you can't have Superman playing some other role, like some crazy person. It would mess up the brand.
Yeah, both ways. And also keeping the same Superman, having that continuity, as we talked about earlier, right, is good too. I think it's good for kids growing up knowing one Superman and all the other stuff and whatnot. So.
Absolutely. And Mike, did you get a chance to see some of the Snyder Cut footage? So I don't know about you. Like, again, the Justice League was, even as a DC fanboy, but that footage right there, I was like, hold up. And then you get to hear the stats. So apparently there's 4 hours of footage, and what we saw in theaters was only 25% of that. So it's literally going to be an entirely different movie. So I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to see it when it comes out in 2021.
Yeah, I am too. I don't know if they're going to do it in like parts or they're going to do it as a whole movie, but I'm ecstatic either way. They probably maybe do both, I guess, and whatnot. But HBO Max got its own issue. I mean, it's another thing, but HBO Max got its own issues. They don't have any like content, basically. Same issues kind of Disney Plus is having right now. So
wait,
I mean,
aren't the other shows on HBO Max, like the former shows like Entourage and Arliss and things like that?
Oh yeah, all the stuff that's already on HBO now. But you know, if you already had that, there was no reason to kind of change, I guess. So.
Absolutely, and it kind of brings us to, let's say, the Gothamverse with Michael Keaton reprising his role as a Batman in the multiverse, if you will, the Gothamverse, the Batverse.
Yeah, and the Flashpoint movie, I saw that. It's supposed to be in there. First of all, I think Flash getting a movie will be pretty dope in general. I think a lot of people will go see that, you know. And having that come full circle with Michael Keaton as Batman, super fan service, but it will attract people overall.
Right, and he gets to be in the DCEU and the MCU, so he
at
definitely
the same
got
time, which is dope as well.
Yeah, I didn't think that would ever happen.
No. But that was our Batman, you know, growing up. So, you know, Batman 1 and 2, you know, so it would be cool to see him back in that role, you know. And it's weird that it'll come around the same time as we got Pattinson doing his Batman. So that'd be interesting.
And apparently Pattinson's Batman, that trilogy with Matt Reeves, is going to be its own thing. So they're not going to have crossovers or cameos of that Batman in like this Justice League going forward, which was interesting. But they also said that Keaton is also going to make cameos in things like Black Adam, the new Shazam, so Shazam 2, and probably in Aquaman 2, and perhaps Wonder Woman 3, which would be interesting.
But that's what I said about DC, going back to DCEU. I feel like their preparation isn't good enough. Like Aquaman was good, like Chloé said. They should have had a sequel already ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't even started writing this or filming a sequel. So it's like they got to have more preparation, I feel like.
Absolutely. And Chloé, what would you expect to see in Aquaman 2?
I definitely expect to see more of Jason Momoa.
He likes her large Hawaiian men, I see.
I think I would like for them to tie in, like I like how they they focus on, I guess, the environment. So like more of how the environmental impact is on our planet, like how we can change it. So like I like how they tied that theme into the movie. So maybe like putting in, I don't know, more realistic things about pollution and maybe this idea of like saving the earth or saving the animals. I thought that was pretty dope. But
Yeah.
I don't know, I never read the comic, so I'm not really sure if that ties in. But the first one, it seemed like it was pretty relevant to what's going on.
Well, it seems like they set it up for the Black Manta, to be his adversary in part 2.
In a more prominent way, allegedly, which is going to be interesting. So I guess he's going to get more Atlantean tech that the villain in the movie was working on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm down for Aquaman. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely. But I would like to see him. I guess because in that movie he kind of was, still kind of in the shadows, and for like the world to know more about him in the second one.
Absolutely. And I guess it brings us to the point that I kind of wanted to make, Miguel, is that DC has a major opportunity here because, like you said, similar to Disney Plus, HBO Max doesn't have that much new content. Now, again, as we see, essentially it is the antithesis of Marvel in that it's a lot darker. They're focused on being dark and gritty and, let's say, more adult-like content. Now, from the studio that gave you Game of Thrones and things like Entourage, you would hope that people on the board, let's say, would be interested in creating a Gotham verse in terms of like a gritty Gotham show that can be adult content similar to a Game of Thrones and really, attract fans that way. In addition to Harry Potter as well, obviously, but you definitely need, you got to have both. Because all those fans are all adults, right? So just rinse and repeat the Game of Thrones formula with different IPs, and I guarantee you fans will reward you justly.
I agree with that. More adult type content. Like, the Gotham show I like, but I can imagine that type of show on HBO will be even better.
Oh my gosh. I'm just salivating at the possibility. Like, could you imagine? On HBO as well. HBO has its own like lane in terms of adult premium content. And that I can already tell that they would knock it out the park.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice.
Absolutely. And this next segment was actually for Tony Stark Jr. and I, and actually Nate. The Avengers video game.
Yeah, I can't talk to you about that one. I wouldn't know.
all I'm going to say is that I can't wait. It comes out in September, which would be cool. So
on what system?
On all of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Absolutely. So there is going to be and Now Your Mama Knows / Slayer gaming collaboration, because we will be streaming the game in co-op mode, even though the story mode has no co-op mode, but there is a co-op mode online, and we will be streaming that together. So I can't wait for that. And Tony gets to be the Hulk again, so I know he's going to be so happy.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, is it a team player or is it versus?
It's a team player. I mean, it's kind of like Grand Theft
Call
Auto.
of Duty, but kind of like Avengers style type of deal, or?
That too as well, but I guess I can relate it most to the newest Grand Theft Auto, when you have team members, and at different points in the story mode, you get to be a specific team member. So you'll get to be Iron Man here, you get to be Kamala, who's the Inhuman. So I appreciate Marvel for actually giving Easter eggs within the game, because that's introducing the whole Inhuman concept going forward in Phase 4. So I thought that was very clever as well.
That's pretty dope. I mean, that might get me to want to play the game because it's Avengers. That's why, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. And that also leads us to Mr. Mackey's comments about
you said that. Yeah, that's
lack of diversity in Hollywood. And let me just get out his quotes specifically. Mr. Mackey said, "It really bothered me that I've done 7 Marvel movies where every producer, every director, every stunt person, every costume designer, every PA, every single person has been white. But then you do Black Panther, you have a Black director, a Black producer, you have a Black costume designer, you have a Black stunt choreographer. And I'm like, that's more racist than anything else. Because if you only hire the Black people for the Black movie, are you saying they're not good enough when you have a mostly white cast? And I thought those are very interesting comments. And Chloé, what do you think when you hear things like this?
I think first and foremost, it just highlights the lack of diversity, and it's not based on talent. That's what stuck out most to me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as saying it's more or less racist, oh, it's a spider. I think that's another layer to it. But for me, what sticks out the most is that it's a lack of diversity, and it's not based on skill set. Which he highlighted, because Black Panther, as we all know, was a super success and had an all Black cast, all Black directors, and pretty much everyone on the project that worked on it was of African descent. So it's not a lack of talent, it's just a lack of diversity. So that also makes me think, or make me question, should we have our own?
Yeah, I think that's a good question you asked at the end, actually. Should we have our own? Because I definitely get where he's coming from. However, if there were white people on the Black Panther set, would he have been okay with that? That's where I kind of, or did we want that to be all ours no matter what? Or not?
Absolutely. That's a great point, because it reminds me of reverse racism, right? Now, to be fair, you could argue that if there wasn't racism in general, there would be no reverse racism, and I agree with that. However, it's kind of like how Chloé said, you're trying to appease the Black community as opposed to allowing people of all ethnicities the opportunity to compete for a certain role or a certain job on a major film and let the cream rise to the top. Because I agree that's not going to help anything either. Because Anthony brings up a great point. So if you're going to be like, okay, it doesn't matter who applies for these jobs, we're just going to make sure it's a quota philosophy, right? So we're just going to make sure Black people are here as opposed to the best person for the job here. And the point is to have the best person in the job based upon a pool of diversity, right?
I agree with that. Yeah,
this gentleman here.
Oh Lord, I agree. It definitely should be a pool, and it definitely should be based upon our talents and not our race. I am surprised that Marvel, Feige, and all those people haven't had more diversity on their sets and stuff like that. That's pretty, interesting. And it does make it seem like, well, now we got a Black film, we'll make it all Black or whatever like that. Or did Coogler, want a Black costume designer or Black whatever on his film at the same time? Those are things we don't know the whole background either and whatnot. I know he made a lot of decisions with Black Panther, as far as like its setting and background and stuff like that. So I'm not sure about that. Well,
absolutely. And then Big Mike, question: did you see the live action Aladdin?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So Chloé and I did the Disney Plus watch along party on Friday, and we watched the live action Aladdin.
Oh, it worked. Okay.
Absolutely. And I can't lie, it was fantastic. Now, me personally,
told you it was fantastic. It went on theaters.
Absolutely. And fair enough. But again, it wasn't better than original for me. However, as soon as the intro started, it made me realize why I love Aladdin in general is because of the story. The story is fantastic. I mean, that's why I feel like it translates to Broadway and musicals so well, is because the actual story is captivating. It captures the imagination. It's just stupendous. So for me, it was definitely at minimum of a 9 out of 10 for me.
I liked it a lot. I see Chloé really liked it, whatever. But I thought Will Smith was excellent as the genie in that particular movie, and it made $1 billion too, by the way, Aladdin last year.
Did it really? Okay.
Yes, crossed $1 billion last year. It was one of Disney's $7 or $8 billion movies last year. But and I thought the girl, I forget her name, but I thought she was really good too. The one who played Jasmine. So I thought it was overall, really. I thought she was better than Aladdin actually. The movie, as far as like the acting is concerned. So I thought it was a great movie. So overall.
Claudiz, your thoughts?
So I think I liked it because I watched it at home.
Okay.
If I watched it in a theater, I don't know how it would feel.
Interesting. Okay.
It was cool. I liked it. I thought it was authentic to the storyline of Aladdin. Usually when you watch, I'm looking through the lens of growing up with Aladdin and like appreciating it from a child. However, as an adult, taking my child to go see this, if I never saw Aladdin, I think it might bore me a little bit. Like like my friends who saw it fell asleep in the theater.
Wow.
Not that it was a bad movie. It just wasn't like usually when you watch a children's film, there's a lot of adult jokes or like subliminals and like
just
stuff
gonna
like
have that. Yeah.
It had none of that. It was literally I have to rewatch the original Aladdin. That's what I'm going to do just to compare the two. But it got a little, I don't know. It was good. I loved it watching it at home. It was good to be snuggled up in like my bed watching it. But in a movie theater, I don't know if I would have felt the same way.
What made you guys pick Aladdin out of everything on Disney Plus?
Claudiz, care to answer that?
Well, the last mental theater, which you weren't on, Mike, we talked about The Lion King and how it stacked up against the original. And of course, I grew up on Princess Jasmine. I used to be obsessed with her. Literally, like my whole bedroom was Princess Jasmine.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Jasmine too for different reasons, but yeah.
Me too.
And she was like the only Disney character of color besides Pocahontas. So, it was cool to, have a brown person on your comforter set. But yeah, so we were like, oh, let's see if this stacks up to the original. I think it did. But, I was at home watching it.
So you keep saying that. So do you like being at home watching stuff more than a movie theater normally?
It depends on the movie. Like Black Panther is a movie for the movie theaters. Like you appreciate it on a larger screen and there's a lot of action and there's different parts, even the Avengers. But like certain movies you can just watch at home. Gotcha. Like, and I went to go see Finding Nemo. And I love that's like my favorite Pixar movie.
Wow, I still haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Finding Nemo? Oh my goodness, it's so good. I can watch that movie 1,000,000 times.
Wait, Finding Nemo or Finding Dory, the second one?
Finding Nemo. Okay. Dory was Finding Nemo was better. Of course, I went to go see Finding Dory because it's the part 2 or whatever. But I fell asleep in Finding Dory.
Oh wow.
Eesh.
Sleepy Club. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It just was like, okay, it didn't keep my interest.
I'll tell you what else was good from Disney last year. Toy Story 4. That was really good too.
Yo, I watched it last night and I fell asleep before the end.
You fell asleep again?
Yes, I keep falling asleep on movies, guys. I'm getting old, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I just started at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, this would be a good movie to watch. And like, Toy Story always makes me cry. So
yeah, that's that. But it's a good movie though.
Toy Story 3 was lit with the bear.
I haven't seen Toy Story 3.
I haven't seen 3 or 4 because two is like, yeah. And again, my age and progression, like I wasn't interested in no Toy Story anymore.
Yo, Toy Story 3 is real. Like Toy Story 3 was real life. Wow. As an adult watching that movie, you're like, dang, I understand. It makes you sympathize with the villain.
Hey, I'm gonna have to check that out.
You gotta check it out. I just 4 though and not 3 though, Mike. Come on.
No, I don't know. I was in my life at that time, like Josh said, I was doing other things. Last year I had a free movie pass, so I went to see it. What can I say? So,
Yeah, right.
You saw it in the theaters.
What, Toy Story 4? Yeah, I saw it in theaters. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Josh knows I was in the theater. I was in the theater almost every week last year, sometimes twice a week. So, yeah.
Oh, you got the VIP pass. Brush your shoulders. I say you got the VIP pass. Brush your shoulders.
Yeah, brush your shoulders off with that. More about location, though, as I always tell people, because I can walk to the theater, so it makes it a lot easier for me.
You can walk to the movie theater?
Yeah, Josh saying this how close I am.
Oh yeah, it's a very convenient location.
Interesting. I would never watch movies at home if I had the movie pass and I could walk to the movie theater.
True.
Right, exactly. That's why I do it, because it's so close. Even if it's like a weeknight, I'm like, you know what? I'm bored. Let me go to the movies real quick because it's right there.
By the way.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, go ahead, Chloe. Let it flow.
Let it flow. So, really quickly, sidebar. Did you see Beauty and the Beast?
Live action? No.
The new version.
Tripping. Beauty and the Beast was amazing.
Emma Watson, Hermione Granger.
I've heard the new one was better than the cartoon, actually.
Yes.
Wow.
It was.
Okay, full disclosure. When I saw the real one in the theaters, Josh was very young and very fragile. When they came for the Beast with the torches, I told my mom I have to leave. I was too scared to finish. And we left.
You left, so you didn't see the ending?
I mean, eventually I saw it, but I was like, I could not bear to witness what they would do to the Beast because he was not a beast.
So is that PTSD? Is that why you didn't see the new version? You didn't want to go back to that moment in your life?
Honestly, because I knew the actress which they hired, which I love from Harry Potter, Emma Watson, who I almost met in real life, right? And because she's very outspoken on, let's say, feminist issues, so I already knew there was going to be a lot of agenda signaling in that film. So I just wasn't really beat for that, to be fair. Which we actually saw, Claudiz and I saw in Aladdin, which made so much sense.
It was a lot. Because,
again, you actually see the progression of your generation in real time. It was magnificent. So, again, it's like a 20-year gap, right? And then you can see how everyone's philosophical views upon dating comes from this content right here. And then they add in the elements. So it's like sowing the seeds of feminism early. And then now you see how everyone's all grown up, why they have these views now. It made so much sense.
That's interesting. Makes a lot of sense though too.
That's long-term filmmaking. I can't knock that.
Sowing the seeds when they're kids, huh? Interesting.
Absolutely. And Chloe had a great follow-up question. She was like, hey, do they do, Jafar comes back, right? Strikes back, just like they did with the cartoon. Do they make it a trilogy as well? I don't know. When you make $1 billion, that has to be conversations in the boardroom.
Yeah, it's got to be a sequel at least because it makes so much money. That's how Hollywood works. So, I mean, hopefully with things the way they are, we'll see how the coronavirus lets us out. But how that goes. But
yes, we have to watch Toy Story, guys. Come on now, so at least Toy Story.
So we can have matter of fact, we can do a watch along for Toy Story up until 4, right? We can do that. We can also do Falcon and Winter Soldier, obviously when it comes out, because that's going to be out when we can stream about it right after episode. Like if we watch it Sunday and then talk about it afterwards. In addition to a Mandalorian rewatch, right? A Witcher rewatch. And of course, a Game of Thrones rewatch before the prequel.
We got a whole year planned out right now. That's a lot of stuff.
No, it's true. Because again, full disclosure, Miguel, I made a personal promise to myself that I would be quitting my job on December 31st, which is why I'm focusing on monetizing everything, passive income and whatnot. So by that time, I'll have more time to do all of these things and obviously commit more to mental theater. Because I'm sure you know, I want to be on the same, let's say, caliber as a John Campea or Emergency Awesome or New Rockstars when it comes to the mental theater.
You said December 31st?
End of the year.
Okay. All right. We're going to say, me and Chloe going to hold you to that. See what's going on.
Amen. And as well, we have to do a Star Wars watch along of all 9. And then we have to do an Infinity Saga watch of all the Infinity films.
Hey, man, I'm down for all this stuff I love to watch, so I'm cool with it. And don't forget Mandalorian Season 2. Not just rewatch. Season 2 going to be out this year. So.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Mandalorian Season 2 before we do that. Yeah. Or maybe right before Season 2, actually, since it's so short. It's only 30 minutes per episode, right, Miguel?
I complained about that so much. But you got to watch The Boys. I keep telling you, man. So.
Absolutely. That's on the list. All those things are on the list.
Because Season 2 is about to drop. They did drop the trailer already. It's coming out in like next month. So.
All right. So that'll be at the top of the list. Thank you, Miguel, for the reminder.
Yeah, definitely. You should watch The Boys too, Chloe. So.
By the way, for you, sir, Miguel, because we will be doing a Lord of the Rings watch along as well. And let's not forget the Lord of the Rings show is coming to Amazon Prime, which is where The Boys is. So you gotta get all caught up.
Gotta get all caught up. Yeah, gotta watch my LOTR. So
and Harry Potter Muggle.
were you Pirates fans or no? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that was amazing. Did you hear the
news?
news?
I'll drop breaking news for you. They're casting Margot Robbie to be in the next sequel.
Yeah.
Who's that?
She's what is she playing DC?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because she's clearly gonna replace Keira Knightley's role for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, just full disclosure. Mike knows this, but Chloe, this full disclosure. In the future, Mental Theater will eventually be a film production company that will be producing its own films. So eventually, I do want to make a similar world like Pirates of the Caribbean, but more specifically focused on, let's say, the Black pirates who freed other, let's say, Black people from slavery. So that's going to be its own content. I can't wait to do that. And we get to stay in the Caribbean for a couple weeks and months. So that'll be fun too.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, but I never seen Pirates actually.
Miguel.
Never seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
It should be on Disney Plus, right?
Yes, it's on Disney Plus.
All right, add that to the list. Add it to the list.
So I was saying we should do one of those on a Disney Plus rewatch. You know, for you guys, but watching for me, we can talk about it and stuff like that. I've never seen any of them at all. So,
Mike, come on now.
Listen, during like
Caribbean, like what were you doing?
Listen, during like when Lord of the Rings and Pirates and Harry Potter was at its prime, I was in like my early 20s, like just out there, like doing a lot of different things.
Mike was in the club popping bottles. Like
I was not like watching movies like I am now. So like I was out all the time for nights.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, I was chasing tail. You know, it was a lot of
Mike.
Yeah, baggy jeans on.
What's that?
You had the baggy jeans on and a white tee.
The baggy jeans. I had the jersey on.
It's got a throwback. You had the throwback jersey.
I had the throwback.
Yo,
that one picture on my IG, a throwback one. That was like
ear pierced.
I did have my ears pierced too. I had that too. I'm about to get a pierced again. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get those pierced again now. But yeah, it was like that was like around that time that I had a Detroit jersey on my IG. That's like 04, 05 or something like that. So that's why, man. It was just a different time for me.
He was like,
I never had the grills. I will say that.
I'm getting a grill.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see you with that.
The weekend.
Yeah, for trips to Houston and Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Shouts out to John Banks at Atlanta right now as we speak.
Yeah, right. Well, at least he didn't go to Houston, right?
What's that?
Houston.
At least he didn't go to Houston, right?
Yeah, at least he didn't go to Houston. So. But no, we got a lot of rewatching. Now we got a lot of time and stuff like that. We got a lot of rewatching to do, and I'm down for it all, man. Talk about it and build up mental theater, which I've been down with since I was day one. Meeting Josh early at his house and stuff like that. So,
cool. Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the Tenet review. That's going to be, well, let's say the spoiler review, because
I told you I'm gonna have to watch it twice. I already know. So,
oh, okay.
There's certain movies, Chloé, that I plan to go see twice, and Tenet's one of them. Like, I'm gonna go see the movie, see it twice. Probably the same weekend. I'll go see it twice. Avengers Endgame, same thing.
I saw Django 3 times in the movie theater.
You saw what?
Django.
Oh wow.
Unchained. All right.
Wow. Did you see Django, Josh?
I did. It's not in the theater 3 times, but apparently Chloé Diz is a Tarantino buff. All right.
I wonder how many of those were the 2 dates or 3 dates?
I just know I saw it 3 times and it was amazing.
You know what? Well, I want to put you out there. Those guys might be watching. So.
Speaking of movies, I watched Inception finally.
True.
And it was cool. I loved the whole movie until they got to the snow scene.
That's the best scene. It's one of the best scenes of the movie. What are you talking about?
No, I thought it was not the best scene. And when I talked to it with my friends, they were like, why were they in the snow?
Wasn't that Tom Hardy scene when he was like shooting the guys off and stuff like that?
It was stupid.
Okay, hold on. I got you, Miguel. I got you. So Chloé Diz, as it was described in the film, each dream was designed by the architect Ariadne, played by Ellen Page from Juno, right? And each level had its own theme. So the theme for just like a video game, right? So the theme for the other dream would be for the snow. That was just the theme. So everything was built around that level. That's what they chose.
Exactly my point. They couldn't choose a tropical island. Like, why
that's what he said.
He said that in the movie, and that's how I felt. I related with that line. Like, why would they choose? First of all, she was annoying the whole time. I wanted to just like strangle her through the screen. I don't like her as a character. She would not be my friend. Me and her would be beefing in real life.
Yeesh.
I like Ellen Page though.
Yeah, Ellen Page is cool.
Secondly, that movie was good, but it also made me think, because her character was so aggy, that there's definitely more to that story. I don't actually think that he woke up. And I think that an Easter egg was how aggy she was through the whole story. How did this random lady just come in and start asking him questions and going into his dreams? He didn't even let his friends into his dreams, but you just let some random chick come up all in your dreams and start poking around in your private dreams.
That was an argument, and it still is, for about whether or not he was still dreaming or not at the end when the top is spinning, because it doesn't show if it stops or not.
His kids were, his kids were wearing the same clothes. However, you could be in a movie. They were saying that you could be dreaming and it could be an X amount of time. So maybe he was only gone for like 5 hours or 10 hours or a day. Like, that's definitely plausible. But I think that because she was prying so much into his life, that she was a made up character in his dream, and it's going to be a whole nother, like, hopefully it's explained in Tenet. Oh. Maybe he sleeps the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they Tenet.
Because apparently the rumor mill is saying that there's going to be massive scenes with Leonardo DiCaprio, because there's apparently on the IMDb there are other roles on there that aren't mentioned. So everything is hush hush for this film. So, and like you said, Miguel, they're releasing it with Tenet, and it's supposed to be the 10-year anniversary. And I understand Christopher Nolan, as one of my favorite directors, he loves continuity. That's probably one of his biggest strengths. So we'll see.
Yeah, he used the same actors and everything, just like Michael Caine's in all his movies, every one of them, actually. So.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, exactly. So. She's awesome as Alfred, by the way. So.
Oh yeah, I would say the best Alfred I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll see, But yeah, I definitely got to watch Pirates and other stuff, and we got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm down.
And Pirates is a lot of fun, Miguel. I would ask your lady, and congratulations, sir. I would ask the lady if she has seen Pirates, because I think it's a great franchise in general, but it would also be a wonderful date movie. As someone who is the rom-com king, I'm just a FYI, just a suggestion.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I will check it out.
He isn't wrong.
What happened?
I said he isn't wrong.
He isn't wrong. Okay. But the individual gotta like the movies too. That's the only thing. So,
Look, it's long. There's multiple parts. So set it up for.
Now, I heard the first one was really, really, really good. So
all of them are equally good.
The third one, the trilogy, when it was the trilogy, was my favorite because they all have the first three have the same storyline, and then number 4 kind of takes a veer off to the left. So we'll see.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's on Disney Plus, so I should take advantage of it. So I have it. Watch something I've never seen before. So why not? Yeah.
Wait, did you guys know that Disney Plus stopped their free trial 5 days ago?
I did not, but that's interesting news. Okay.
They did. Yeah, they had a 7-day free trial through the whole quarantine, and 5 days ago they got rid of the free trial.
Oh wow!
And now they have a subscription package with Hulu and
Verizon,
HBO.
Oh, you're talking about the Hulu ESPN package. Talking about
ESPN, yeah.
Okay.
It's a package. So that's interesting that they're collabing with them.
Wait, Mike, Verizon.
Huh?
You want to tell her about the Verizon package?
Verizon, I just got Disney Plus free for a year because I'm a Verizon. I got a Verizon unlimited everything. So I got it free for a year. So I still haven't paid for Disney Plus yet. So saving me.
I mean, it's pretty cheap. If you just get the Disney Plus, I think it's $7 a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it when I gotta pay for it. But for now, I just keep my stuff like that. But it's a setup, I feel like, because they gave me a free for the year with no real content on there. So I feel like it was a setup.
Well, real content is probably coming if they're forcing people to pay for it now.
Yeah, I agree. That's certainly the sign of the times.
Are you paying for it, or you got somebody's password? I know how you do, Chloé. So.
Self-sufficient, okay. Also, have a lot of friends in high places, so.
Okay. Kind of like Clara in Back to the Future, getting all that free stuff.
Right?
She didn't get anything for free. You just assume
tell us go fix the free. What you talking about?
She didn't get it for free. She had to, she hopped on the train for that. Okay.
I got it. Right, Josh?
Yeah. Okay, Chloé.
I told you, Chloé. I know she gets free stuff all the time, Chloé. That's what girls do. They bat their eyes and get free stuff.
That's a bold statement, Mike.
You know what, Mike? You know what, Mike? Miguel, I think this Thursday that'll have to be a topic on Poetic Charm. Sir, are you available to come on and talk about that?
I am available to come on and talk about that.
Thank
Let me know. Let me know what time you want me on. But I gotta, show my face. As last week I was talked about so much after I left, so I gotta show my face on there.
But in a very prominent way.
Yeah. Very prominent way.
Shout out to her Ratchet TV.
What happened?
I said shout out to her Ratchet TV.
Yeah. Her Ratchet TV. got me some new followers. I appreciate
you did? Do you know how many?
Probably at least like 40. I got.
All right, I got you. All right, Mike. I'm gonna send you this website on the group chat. It's called IG Blade. I'm gonna need you to look at that monthly at the minimum.
Okay.
And it tracks your follower stats. So it'll tell you how many you gained and how many you lost per period.
Oh, okay. I want everybody to be doing that. All right, yeah, send me that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Analytics are important, Mike.
What happened?
Analytics are always important.
I understand. Are you ready? Are you ready for the launch of our new show on Wednesday, Chloe, to watch?
I've been ready.
All right. We're ready too.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, Mike.
Huh?
But if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Yeah, this show should have a lot of people watching. I joined Facebook so I can get more people on there. So hopefully we can get a lot of people going. So, yeah.
Absolutely, because Mike used to be totally banned from Facebook.
I was a banned. That's this.
Well, you banned yourself. That's right, even more telling.
Mike was getting in trouble, huh?
No comment.
Like so pictures. Until when they changed
I did add that background you gave me too, Josh. Well, you probably saw it already. But yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then I left a space on the left side, so whenever we get the logo for Food for the Culture, it'll go right next to the New Year logo, and then it'll still have your profile picture in the middle.
Yeah. Good luck. But yeah, let me. You want me to come on specific time on Thursday? Just let me know. Well, I'll be on there watching anyway. So
no, I'm saying for the whole show, my bro.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. I got to go in there and help Ariella out. Y'all be double teaming her a lot. I'm like, where's Chloe at to help her out?
Hey, Chloé has been requested to participate, but you know.
Can you at least come on our show on one of these Wednesdays, Chloé?
I'm gonna sip my tea. Possibly.
Okay. We'll keep working on you until you get on there. Gotta incentivize you or something like that. Maybe I'll give you like a free password or something like that for a month.
It's too late, Mike. That incentive is already gone. A little too late. Okay, I have to get my ducks in the row anyway. Okay?
We would love to have your insight on there. That's all. So, cool.
And Nasir will also be a guest as well. Clodiz knows Nasir.
Yeah. Nas, my homie. Yeah, definitely. Stuff like that. And we'll have a lot of
very small world.
And Josh, I told you, man, we got to start. We should start trying to promote Essentia more and more. We all drink it on these shows, left and right, even Ariella, stuff like that. So,
they're having a sale on Essentia, FYI.
What happened?
They're having a sale. Go to Whole Foods. I'll give you guys.
Really? Okay. Gotcha. Well, Josh put me on the Amazon price. So I get the boxes now, like Josh did.
Exactly. I love that. Wait, did you set it up for a subscription, Mike?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I get it. The boxes be heavy though when they come, but
got dragging in the house.
Yeah, but it gets my weightlifting in while I can't go to the gym right now. So
I did Zumba this morning. You should have came on Zumba, Mike.
Hey, Chloe, I'm up to 60 pounds now that I lost, so I'm doing my thing.
Okay.
And Josh, you remember the beginning of this journey, so way back.
I remember it at the beginning of A New Year Radio. That's right.
Yeah. So
Get up.
Getting better. Yeah. I broke it down to 4 phases like Marvel. So I got a 4-phase weight loss journey. That's how I'm doing it. So.
What phase are you in now? I'm
in phase 1. Phase 1 ends when I lose 100 pounds. So I got 40 more pounds to go to finish phase 1. And I want to.
So I'm sorry. Continue, Mike, please.
So I want to have phase 1 complete by my birthday, which is October 21st. Ironically, it's the same day they went to the future, October 21st, and Back to the Future 2. Actually, by the way.
How about that?
I know. It's funny. Thought about that.
So something I learned from Clodiz, Mike, you gotta have a celebration for that date.
For the phase 1 date when I complete.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Treat yourself. What you gonna buy? What you
Give
gonna
me some
do?
suggestions, Chloe.
Listen, okay, in October 21st, that's fall time. Maybe you should go to, I don't know what you like to do. You like to go to the movies. Maybe you could do like a movie marathon for yourself.
Maybe it's a good idea. I'll do something like that. Hopefully, though, if I lose it before October 21st, but that's when I want to have it done by.
You can definitely do it. I lost 50 pounds in like 3 months.
Yeah, well, I really started. I was back and forth on this. I really started this like March 1st, around that time, and now I'm up to 60 pounds. And so yeah, for 40 more is the phase 1, completion.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do it. You got this.
Oh yeah, I'm not going backwards now.
Huh? You passed the hard part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my eating habits are different now. I walk every day, all the good stuff. I need to do. So
yeah, I could definitely see you getting 20 pounds by the end of summer just because it's so damn hot. So definitely.
Yeah. That's too. So
yep.
That is the key. But it's always a work in progress, man. But it's about being healthy, right? So it's cool with that.
You taking your vitamins?
Take my vitamins. I got the elderberry. I got the sea moss. I got it all.
Yeah. How do you like the elderberry, Mike? I
did what you said. I put it in tea instead of
nice.
taking it straight up or whatnot. So
I do the pill. How does it taste?
By itself?
Mm-hmm.
It don't taste great.
very syrupy.
Really?
Right.
But like blueberries mixed with raspberries, mixed with blackberries, but in syrup form.
Yeah, I actually got to buy some more, actually. But yeah. So
I have if you don't like how it tastes, I buy the pill, the vitamin.
Okay.
And I don't taste it, but I take it every day.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. How much we got on Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon. I'll send you the link.
Is it just elderberry or something else is in there too?
I take elderberry by itself, sarsaparilla, damiana. Don't laugh at my vitamin.
Miguel, damiana is a very intense aphrodisiac.
Okay. You be eating good. I watch your stories, Chloe. You be having some good meals on there.
Listen, I've been eating French fries this week, so don't judge.
One day you had like some, was it lobster or something on there? Some.
Oh yeah, lobster. Father's Day we cooked lobster.
That's what it was. Yeah, see?
I felt bad though. I really felt bad for the lobster.
I did. That was funny. I did too. Watching your story, I was like, I feel bad for these lobsters.
I felt bad for them. I was like, oh, you're gonna die soon, but it's for a good cause.
I never realized like how brutal of a death that is for crabs and lobsters to be boiled alive. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
frogs for frog legs, same process.
Yeah, it's like a horrible death. So.
It did. I was telling Chloe, it traumatized me as a child because I actually witnessed it. I had no idea that was the case. Because again, when you go to Red Lobster, you're like, oh, look, there's a lobster. It's alive. But, not thinking macro, because long term, or even short term, you're not going to be living for long, buddy. But to actually see the lobster try to fight out of the boiling water, that scarred me as a child. I'm not going to lie.
Like I put a lid on top so you don't see it.
It was fighting through the lid.
It was coming out, guys.
Yeah.
Chloe said she enjoyed that lobster last week, huh?
In fact, I actually had some fried lobster last night from Ulubalas. That was fantastic.
Really?
Actually, not Ulubalas, the Big Easy, his new spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to try some. The Food Bar and Grill over there by the arena. They had fried lobster too yesterday. I didn't get any, but they have that too.
Wait, right
also
near
a black-owned business. You should check out, Josh. So
is near Trent Social.
Yep.
All right.
I like Trent.
I'll send you their IG and whatnot.
Chloe, what you know about Trent Social? You're not from here. Plainfield. Get out of here.
I went to Rider University. Second of all, I've been to Trenton Social. I have friends in Trenton, by the way.
Hey, yeah, you got us.
Gosh.
And Plainfield got good food too, man. They got a bunch of Spanish spots up there.
They have a lot of soul food spots up there too. Shout out to Amazing Taste. I was a patron of theirs since they were in the food truck, And now they have 2 restaurants. One's in Boundbrook and one's on Route 22. And what town is that? I don't know. It's on Route 22 East, North Plainfield, I guess. It's really good. Somerset, that's where the other location is. But yeah, it's good. You know, it's good food in Plainfield. It's black people in there too. Too much food, too much sauce food truck. It's a lot of good restaurants in Plainfield. I can't eat that stuff anymore, guys. So.
Me either. Me either. I'm off that stuff. You know?
And I love some mac and cheese. Like, I love macaroni and cheese. Oh my god. They have jerk French fries.
That Food Bar and Grill, Josh told me about. They got seafood mac and cheese every day. Like, it's crazy.
Every day?
Every day they got it, yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Look at Josh's face. I
want seafood. I want lobster mac and cheese. Lobster mac and cheese is my favorite. I went to this event at the Waldorf Astoria in New York.
Uh-huh.
Their lobster mac and cheese. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was so good. And they have the nerve to have these little tiny plates. I'm like, I gotta keep going. Or dirt plates. I was so bad, like, damn, they can't see me. Keep going over here.
You got like a fat girl mentality, but you're just in shape right now. That's hilarious.
I am. I love food. Who doesn't love food? Like,
a lot of people don't love food.
I love food. It tastes so good. I can eat food all day.
There we go.
By the way, Miguel, food for thought. You know, once you enter the Potterverse, there is a Harry Potter musical and play in New York and also London. So one of the mental theater outings would be going to see that musical in New York and eventually London, but New York first, so we can make a weekend out of it one time. Get an Airbnb.
Well, saying that, I don't see plays opening at no time, so I have some time to catch up on the Potterverse a little bit.
Right. I mean, this isn't until 2021 fall at minimum, right?
Okay. Got you.
Unless they do outdoor theaters, Josh.
For plays, Shakespeare style, maybe.
Like, come on now, I'm so down to do that. They have the Shakespeare in the Park. I wonder if that's open this summer. In Edison.
Oh, it's in Edison?
Mm-hmm. Oh. It's pretty dope. But it would be cool if Broadway did outdoor amphitheater style plays.
So I guess the only place that could be is what, Central Park?
Mm-hmm. Or Bryant Park. Like, they have the what's the Roots Picnic where they throw that at in New York. There's a lot of spaces. Build a stage, have a play outdoors. Anywhere that you
I will be down for that outing, Joshua. So I'm just like, when that's going on.
The cursed child, right?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Child.
Well, all right, guys.
Indiana Jones next week, right?
Yes, sir. Number 1. Number 2 is my favorite, but I'm looking forward to see number 1, see if I like it anymore.
All right. Well.
All right, guys. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll speak to you all soon.
I'll see you later.
See ya.